Oh, por Dios, Mónica, ¿quién es él?
Es Will, de la escuela.
Oh, ha pasado mucho tiempo.
Today we're breaking down this hilarious scene from Friends featuring Brad Pitt. We'll start by watching the clip with subtitles, then we'll break down each section to learn key vocabulary and expressions, and finally, we'll watch the clip again without subtitles. By then, you'll be able to see how much you've learned with this video.
Hola,
Hola, linda.
aquí tienes.
Gracias.
Green.
Ya está.
Ay, sí, es cierto. Entonces, ¿no te molesta?
Sí, estaré bien. Es que... la odio, Rose. ¡La odio!
Will, la escuela fue hace mucho tiempo.
Solo quiero que veas tanto carbohidrato.
Y le agregué azúcar.
Mis dos enemigos, Rose. Rachel Green y comer carbohidratos.
Oh, por Dios, Mónica, ¿quién es él?
Es Will, de la escuela.
Oh, ha pasado mucho tiempo. Vaya, exhala un algo salvaje y sensual.
No vale la pena estropear un momento así por tus rencores. Cálmate, por favor.
Oh, por Dios. Fíjate cómo se queda mirándome. Creo que trata de decirme algo, pero no comprendo.
¿La cena está lista?
Hola,
Hola, linda.
aquí tienes.
Gracias.
Rachel Green.
Hola. Hola, linda. Aquí tienes. Rachel Green. The expression aquí tienes is used when handing something to someone else. It's formed by the adverb aquí, meaning here, and tienes, which is the second person form of the verb tener, to have. This entire video is on FluentU, so if we click on this phrase, the platform will show us a full definition and video examples. Here's one example. Aquí tienes. ¿Deseas pedir algo más?
Aquí tienes.
Gracias.
Rachel Green.
Ya está.
Ya está. The expression ya está is used to indicate no further action is needed in a certain situation. For example, ya está. Terminé mis deberes. Ahora podemos irnos. Keep in mind that ya está literally means already is, and you can also use it like that when saying someone or something is already somewhere. For example, el pavo ya está en el horno.
Ya está.
Ay, sí, es cierto. Entonces, ¿no te molesta?
Ay, sí, es cierto. Entonces, ¿no te molesta? When something is cierto, it means it is true. So we use this expression when we are sure about something. You can use es cierto when you want to express or ask if something is true, but also when you remember a fact in the middle of a conversation. For example, ya estás aquí. Es cierto, me dijiste que venías más temprano.
Ay, sí, es cierto. Entonces, ¿no te molesta?
Sí, estaré bien. Es que... la odio, Rose. ¡La odio!
Will, la escuela fue hace mucho tiempo.
Sí, estaré bien. Es que... la odio, Ross. La odio. Will, la escuela fue hace mucho tiempo. Fue hace mucho tiempo. Let's break this down. Fue is the past tense of the verb ir, to go, but in the context of this expression, it refers to something happening or existing in the past. Hace, from the verb hacer, to do, it's actually also used as an adverb to indicate something happened or started happening a certain time ago. For example, hace una semana que no nos vemos. Or, comencé mi dieta hace 2 días. Finally, mucho means a lot, and tiempo means time. So mucho tiempo means a lot of time. Then the whole expression hace mucho tiempo means a long time ago. And this is used a lot at the beginning of tales, like in this example we can find when clicking in FluentU subtitles.
Hace mucho tiempo, en una galaxia con Vía Láctea y galletas muy, muy lejana.
You can watch this entire scene among other authentic videos in FluentU. Its interactive subtitles and video dictionary make it easy to understand how each word and phrase is used across contexts, so that you'll be able to use it confidently later. Plus, you'll be motivated to practice new vocabulary with personalized quizzes that ensure you retain everything you learn. Click the link in the description and get a free trial for 2 weeks.
Will, la escuela fue hace mucho tiempo.
Solo quiero que veas tanto carbohidrato.
Y le agregué azúcar.
Mis dos enemigos, Rose. Rachel Green y comer carbohidratos.
Solo quiero que veas tanto carbohidrato. y le agregué azúcar, mis dos enemigos, Rose, Rachel Green y comer carbohidratos. The word tanto is used to indicate a quantity, specifically a big amount. It's similar to the English such or so many. We can click on this word in FluentU to hear how it's used in different scenarios.
Hacía tanto frío que cada 5 minutos el fotógrafo paraba.
Note in this case, as Will speaking colloquially, it's acceptable for him to speak in a singular form about a noun that is actually countable. He said tanto carbohidrato instead of tantos carbohidratos, which would actually be the correct way of saying that.
Solo quiero que veas tanto carbohidrato.
Y le agregué azúcar.
Agregué is the past form of agregar, to add. Keep in mind this is a synonym for añadir, which you may have heard of, especially if you're learning European Spanish. Agregar is the most common way of saying to add in Latin America, where añadir sounds a bit more formal, and vice versa in Spain.
Y le agregué azúcar.
Mis dos enemigos, Rose, Rachel Green y comer carbohidratos.
Oh, por Dios, Mónica, ¿quién es él?
Es Will, de la escuela.
Oh, por Dios, Mónica, ¿quién es él? Es Will, de la escuela. De is a preposition with multiple uses. In this case, it's an equivalent to from, and this is followed by the article la. In English, it's common to avoid the use of articles. That's why it sounds more natural to say from school instead of from the school. In Spanish, though, articles are not only much more used, but they differ depending on the gender of the noun after them. Escuela is a female noun, so the article la is used before it, la escuela. Whereas, for example, mercado, market, a male noun, uses the article el, so you say el mercado. But be careful, when saying you come from a male noun as the market, you don't say vengo de el mercado, but instead you form the contraction del and say vengo del mercado.
Es Will, de la escuela.
¡Oh! Ha pasado mucho tiempo. Vaya, exhala un algo salvaje y sensual.
Ah, ha pasado mucho tiempo. Vaya, exhala un algo salvaje y sensual. Vaya is most commonly used as a subjunctive of the verb ir, to go, as in
Espero que vaya con nosotros. Cuando vaya a México, comeré tacos.
But in this case, it's used as an interjection to express surprise or admiration. A similar example would be, vaya, no me vi venir eso. Or, vaya, qué perro tan grande.
Vaya, exhala un algo salvaje y sensual.
Un is an indefinite article, so it's generally used before a noun with an unknown identity. Algo means something, so it's also referred to a thing that is unspecified. With that being said, it's kind of obvious that the phrase un algo is a bit redundant, but it's okay to use it in a context when you want to emphasize how unknown a thing is. It is not a very common phrase, but it makes sense to use it in cases where you're talking about something intriguing and special for you. For example, esa casa tiene un algo acogedor que me hace querer quedar. If you want to study these phrases later, we've prepared a free PDF. Click the link in the description below.
Vaya, exhala un algo salvaje y sensual.
No vale la pena estropear un momento así por tus rencores. Cálmate, por favor.
No vale la pena estropear un momento así por tus rencores. Cálmate, por favor. Vale la pena is an idiomatic expression meaning literally worth the sorrow. It's basically used to express whether an action is worth or not. Again, if we click on this expression in FluentU, we can hear it used in multiple contexts.
Vale la pena el sacrificio. Piénsalo 2 veces, no vale la pena.
With the word no preceding the expression, you would state that the action is not worth. So basically, Ross thinks it's not worth to estropear a moment like that, when they are hanging out with friends. Estropear basically means to ruin or to damage something, either a situation or a thing. So you could use it to say, el mal clima puede estropear la visita a la granja. As well as, si golpeas tu teléfono, lo vas a estropear.
No vale la pena estropear un momento así por tus rencores.
Rencores is the plural of rencor, which is not a great feeling. It refers to a strong resentment, something you've been mad about, usually for a long time. It seems we'll have some of these hard feelings towards Rachel, apparently because of how she behaved at school.
Cálmate, por favor.
Oh, por Dios. Fíjate cómo se queda mirándome. Creo que trata de decirme algo, pero no comprendo.
Oh, por Dios, fíjate cómo se queda mirándome. Creo que trata de decirme algo, pero no comprendo. Fíjate is an imperative form of fijar, a verb with multiple meanings. In this context, it refers to the action of checking, looking, or paying attention. Let's check on this word in FluentU to hear it in practice.
Que fíjate que está bien relacionado con el significado.
Fíjate bien, tu futuro empieza a brillar.
No, Diosdado, y la cosa sigue así, fíjate.
As I previously mentioned, the verb fijar has other meanings like to set or to fix something. But when used in an imperative sentence in the second person form, you'd be most likely requesting someone to take a look at something.
Oh, por Dios. Fíjate cómo se queda mirándome. Creo que trata de decirme algo, pero no comprendo.
Te detesto. Detesto is the jaw form of the verb detestar, which means to detest or to intensely dislike. Te, on the other hand, is a pronoun that refers to the second person in the sentence, you. So before a first-person verb, it means the action is addressed to the other one. A common and more friendly example is te amo.
¿La cena está lista?
Hola.
Hola, linda.
Aquí tienes.
Gracias.
Rachel Green.
Ya está.
Ay, sí, es cierto. Entonces, ¿no te molesta?
Sí, estaré bien. Es que... la odio, Rose. La odio.
Will, la escuela fue hace mucho tiempo.
Solo quiero que veas tanto carbohidrato.
Y le agregué azúcar.
Mis dos enemigos, Rose. Rachel Green y comer carbohidratos.
Oh, por Dios, Mónica, ¿quién es él?
Es Will, de la escuela.
Oh, ha pasado mucho tiempo. Vaya, exhala un algo salvaje y sensual.
No vale la pena estropear un momento así por tus rencores. Cálmate, por favor.
Oh, por Dios. Fíjate cómo se queda mirándome. Creo que trata de decirme algo, pero no comprendo.
¿La cena está lista?
If you're enjoying learning Spanish with friends, in this next video, my friend Federico breaks down one of the best Ross and Rachel scenes of all times. In it, you will learn more useful vocabulary and probably some words you've never heard of, like bochornosas. Don't miss it out!